So hi everyone, in this video we'll try to understand what is REST services and what are the problems it solved, right? So before we talk about the REST and web services, first we'll talk about XML, right? And why we need XML, right? Let's say, I want to start a business. Basically, I am from India, so and I want to start a business in America, right? So obviously I can speak Americans language, right? So if I want to start a business with America, whether Americans need to learn my language or I need to learn the Americans language. So okay, I decided to learn so the American languages. So yeah, the business went well and I expanded it to the China. Now again I have the same problem, right? Whether I need to learn Chinese or China guys needs to learn my language, right? So if my business is growing, right, so I need to on the different countries, right, so I need to learn the different languages, or my business partners has to learn my language, right? So here the problem is solved. What happens if Americans and Chinese or American and Japanese wants to talk to each other, right? And that's where we we have a common language called English, right? So that solve the problem, right? So other than my mother tongue, if I learn English, right, so then I'll be able to do the business in most of the countries, right? So obviously we do have a similar problem in the software world, right? We have different programming languages like Python, Java, .NET, whatnot, right? There are many languages, and we have many software products. Like we have different ERP tools from Oracle, SAP, Microsoft. We have different CRM tools, different databases, right? So at the end, all these products need to talk to each other, right? Say there are few. So let's say if I'm building a huge product for one of the big enterprise company, right? So I don't stick with single programming language, right? If I'm going for ERPs or some other things, I won't stick with a single product, right? Maybe for CRM, for customer relationship, I will go for Salesforce, right? For inventory, I may go for Oracle. For all the ERP or supply chain management systems, may go for SAP, right? So when you say this enterprise, all these products need to work together, then only it will become an enterprise product, right? So my web application working separately, my CRM working separately, inventory working separately, the data has to be synced between these systems, right? If the data has to be synced, then they need to understand each other, right? So my CRM should understand web application, my web application should understand CRM, right? Again, there's a problem, huge problem here, right? And that's where we use XML. So like English solved our problem here, right? The XML solve the problem in the software world, right? So any programming language, typically any any product like ERP, CRM, web application will understand XML. Clear? so so XML is an extensible markup language. It is used to describe the data, right? If you see a sample XML here, so we have a note. I opened the tag here and I closed it here at the end. So we have a to, which means I am sending a message or email to from Jani, and this is the heading and this is my body, right? So this XML is a software and hardware independent tool for storing and transporting the data, obviously, right? Again, at the end, it's a file, right? You can save this data as a file where you can store in any operating system or any any storage devices, right? So as I said, it's a software and hardware independent, right? So it one can work on any operating system, any programming language, any CRM, ERPs, any web application can understand XML, right? It's a standard from W3C. Again, why we need standards, right? So when you talk about English, right, so I can speak my own grammar, I can create my own grammar, right? So if that is the case, again there is a problem, right? So maybe let's say, right, so I want to say I'll come tomorrow. If I have my own grammar, right, I came tomorrow, it don't make any sense, right? There should be some standards, and that's why we have a grammar, right? So which I need to, when I'm talking, I need to follow some set of instructions, right? So similar way, even when you talk about XML, it has some standards from W3C. It's a World Wide Web Consortium, right? These guys will say, hey, if you want to use XML, you have to use in the same way, in a proper standards. You can't, create your own decisions and do it, right? So it is giving you some proper standards so that everyone will follow the same standard, so that it will be easy to understand, right? So it contains information which is self-descriptive, obviously, right? If you see this XML, it's very easy to understand, right? So it's a more descriptive, right? Now we have the another version called JSON. It's a JavaScript object notation, right? So whatever the XML does is also does the same, the JSON. But if you see, right, so see, if you see in the XML, we have open tag and close tag, where we don't have that in the JSON. Obviously it will save at least some memory, right? So let's say if this XML takes somewhere around 1 KB, maybe this JSON may take 0.8 KB. So obviously, right, so when you are transforming the data over an internet, right, the lesser the size of the data will be faster, right? And moreover, if you see this JSON, don't you think it looks like a dictionary, right? So it will be very easy to parse also, right? So now the another problem, right? So if you take our previous problem, right? So I want to start with I start a business, right, in different countries. Okay, we decided, okay, so let's use a common language called English other than so you have to learn English other than your mother tongue, right? So now how I need to communicate to them? So now the problem is solved. We have an XML, we have an English. So now how can I communicate, with the other folks who is sitting in USA, China, and Japan, right? We obviously use some communication tools like Zoom, GoToMeeting, Skype, right? In the similar way, we have an XML. The problem is solved in the software world, but how the data will be communicated between the systems, and that's way the web services. So this request, whatever the XML request, this JSON request, whatever you see, that I'll pass using the REST services or web services. Clear? So web or REST services is a medium to transport your data between one system to another system. Clear? So we'll try to understand some of the the REST methods. So again, the web services and REST services are two different worlds. I mean, it solves the same problem, but two different worlds. So usually web services only uses XML, right? So it again, there's a standard called WSDL, web service description language, right? So it uses XML. So usually REST services can use XML and it can use JSON both together, but JSON is more preferable because we have seen it, right? It saves lots of space, right? So we'll try to understand few of the REST methods. So even in our upcoming videos, we see mostly REST services, right? So these are the few REST, or we can call HTTP methods or HTTP verbs, right? So we have post, get, put, delete. So when you talk about the CURD operations, right? C means create, U means update, R means read, D means delete. So these REST methods or HTTP methods or HTTP verbs will support CURD, which means create, read, update, and delete. Right? When you talk about post, it falls under create category. So let's say if you want to insert a movie details, or if you want to insert a student details, then you may go for post. So this would be the sample URL how it looks like, right? So when you talk about get, it is used to read the data. So let's say if I want to know the list of the movies, or if I want to know the details of the particular movie, right? So if you see the second URL, right, I just said movies, which means it will retrieve you all the movie details. So in this first URL I said 1 2 3 4 5, which means it will retrieve the movie details which belongs to 1 2 3 4 5, right? Let's say if I want to update a movie details, so then we go for put. If I want to delete a movie details, then I go for delete. If you see, right, this both URL standards, I mean the URL looks same, right? Obviously when you want to update a movie, you need to give the movie name, right? When you want to delete a particular movie, again you have to give the movie name, right? So in this video we'll take we'll try to create a REST service using post and get. We'll see the difference and everything, right? On a very high level, right? So uh, this is what, right? So when you create a REST service or REST API, right, that API can be used by anyone. It can be used by mobile applications, maybe iPhone or Android, whatever. A web applications can use of this API. Any software as a service like the cloud-based, tools can also call your API, right? So as discussed, right, so in our next video we'll try to code the REST services using Python. So we'll try to see how the post and get method works. So hope you enjoyed this video, so stay tuned.